Hey, it's Nick Doherty here from Forest Hill Real Estate, and you're in for a real treat today. We're going to be going over the market stats that happen here in Orillia in the residential home space, whether it's a waterfront or whatever it may be. Here in Orillia in August 2021, we are going to be comparing the stats from August 2021 to August 2020. So let's get into these stats right now. So the first stat that we're going to be going over today is the active listings. How many active listings were there in Orillia in August of 2021? There was 21. Now, go back to 2020 and we're looking at 61. However, if we look at month over month, you can see that last month in July we had 36 and this month we have 21. You can see that it's been declining. So there's not as many homes, active listings on the market. I know, it's crazy because we were thinking that there was already a limited supply, but now there's already less than that were in August here in Orillia in 2021. And you can see how substantial it is from even last year, August 2020 to 2021, how many less active listings that there are on the market. Now let's move to stat number 2, number of sales. How many sales were happening in the month? Well, we had 56 in 2021 and we had 63. So we're still getting roughly, not quite, but the amount of sales. So we're still getting quite a bit of sales comparative to last year. Now, if we look over last month, you can see we had 44. So we had an increase in sales last month compared to July of 2021. And we've also had a little bit less from 2020. Now, if we move into the average sale price here in Orillia for the residential home space, this is the stat everybody likes to see. What is my house worth? This is the average here in Orillia. If we look at 2021, we're $671,330. And if we look in 2020, we were $515,000 approximately. So there's been a substantial increase, as everybody's aware, that we've had over the year. However, if you look at that, it's less than last month. Like if we were looking at last month, the average, we actually had a slight decrease from July to August in the home prices that I've seen here with the average sale prices. We were at $682,000 and we're at $671,000 approximately. So we've had a slight decrease. What type of a decrease was that? We were at 1.6% decrease. You can see month over month. That's what we had here. Not a big deal, but you can see that the prices are, from my opinion, they might be leveling off. We're not going to see the substantial increases that we have seen over the last year and a half during COVID. Now, if we move into stat number 4, how many days on market are places lasting? Again, we were up to 18 in 2021 in August, and we were 32 last year at the same time in August in 2020. Now, if you look over month, and if you've tracked some of these videos, you'll see that days on market is actually going up. Last month it was at 16, so we've had increase. So houses are staying on the market longer than normal. Now, please keep in mind it does depend on whether or not what price range you're in. Stuff from the 4 to 6 range is relatively moving quicker than the stuff that's in the higher price range. Not to say that stuff is in the higher price range isn't moving quickly either. However, days on market has gone up, and if you look month over month, the last couple of months, it has gone up comparatively to last month and the month before that as well. Now, if we move into stat number 5, this is the list price to the list price to actually the sold price, what we were looking at. A lot of the months in the past, you've seen that stuff was selling on average over asking price. So if it was listed, let's say for simple terms, $500,000, it was selling over that. Now, what's interesting about this, you can see that in August 2021, we're at exactly what the list price was, which is a decrease from what we were seeing last month in July. We were seeing 105 23.1%. So stuff was still selling over asking. But interestingly enough, we've seen days on market go up slightly. And we've seen that the list price, houses are selling roughly around the list price, not over asking price. It's not to say that stuff isn't selling over. Stuff is definitely selling over price still. But it's interesting, on average, stuff is hovering around the listing price. So something to note there. Stuff it seems like stuff is starting to settle down a little bit comparatively what we've seen over the last 18 months, this roller coaster ride of prices increasing substantially. So we're seeing a little bit of settling here, from my opinion and from my perspective, just looking at the numbers here. Now, if you go into stat number 6, this is months of inventory. Last year, this time, there was 1 month of inventory, and this year there's 0. So meaning you can even tell, because of the number of active listings is so low, that if nobody else decided to sell their house, there'd be no inventory, no real estate to sell in less than a month. Last year, at least we were at a month. And you've seen over the last couple of videos that I've done too, we're usually hovering around 0 to 1. So this is kind of in the ballpark, but you can see that just from stat number 1, active listings, it's dropped. So even from last, like July, 36 to 21, that's a substantial decrease in the amount of active listings that we're seeing coming to market. So these are your stats for August 2020 to August 2021, along with the just going month over a month, just so you know what's kind of been going up and down as well. Now, if you purchased your house in August of 2020 and you're still holding it right now in August of 2021, you have seen a 23.2% increase in your price in your house. It's not as large as what we've seen months over in the past. We have seen, even last month, it was I believe over 30% that we were seeing. So it's not quite as high again. But last year at this time in August, we were in the midst of COVID as well. So we had already seen the substantial increases happening. So it's not a shocker there at all. However, I mean, 23.2%, that's fantastic. Where else are you going to get something like that? I mean, that's the beauty of real estate. Regardless, I am Nick Doherty from Forest Hill Real Estate. Make a comment below. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. If you would like me to continue doing these market stats, I enjoy doing these market stats because I like to know what's actually happening, these subtle changes in the marketplace. And if you're a homeowner, I mean, why wouldn't you want to know that you've increased your value 23.2%? So comment below, let me know you enjoyed this video. I'm Nick Doherty, Forest Hill Real Estate, and I will see you on the next video. Stay healthy and stay safe, and we'll see you later. Bye.